Alright guys, welcome to Tiny Does It. Today we are working on a 93 Ford Bronco. Let me show you what we got here. So, 93 Ford Bronco, nothing fancy, it's just the Eddie Bauer edition. So my issue is, I had used this for a display for Christmas decorations, and a squirrel decided to come in here. So I walked out one morning, and there was a squirrel sitting here on this tire. And we had the Bronco set up in our yard. So let me take you over here. So the yard, yes, we have decorations up. So Bronco was sitting there. I had Christmas decorations all around it. We decorated everything up. And what happened was, I didn't think anything of it when I saw the squirrel sitting here on the tire. But what he did was freaking ridiculous. Can you guess what he did? Got everything set up. There's a part we're replacing today. That little bastard ate a hole in the fuel rail line right back there. And of course it's against the firewall. Can't get to it. Well, look what I gotta take off. We gotta take the intake manifold off. Intake, everything. It's gotta come off. So, with us doing this, we are going to have to also replace gaskets. No big deal. That's going to be fine. But here is where the issue is on the Bronco. So back down the firewall. That squirrel ate through right here. And you can't replace just this part. You have to replace the whole family here. Well, let me get these out of the way. Stupid batteries. Don't need to be in the shop. So yeah, so we're gonna have to take this off. We're gonna have to disconnect from here and here, which is again right back there. So I don't know, let's see if I can get you in closer here, guys, and see. Alright, see that silver thing right there? That's the fuel regulator. Right behind that fuel regulator is where he ate a hole in the line. So what I'm going to do is take everything off the top, get everything cleared, and then I'll bring you guys back and show you the fuel rail. Before I take it off, show you how to do it and everything. But for right now, we're going to remove the intake on top, throttle body, air cleaner line, and I should not have to remove the distributor, or the cap I should say. But if I do, it's easy. That's no big deal. But I got to get that intake manifold off. And there are a couple bolts here on this side. And this is going to be the fun side. Back here we've got that bolt right there. So we'll zoom in here and see so you can see that. So that bolt right there we got to take off, and then up underneath there's another one. So alright, enough talking, let's get to rolling and get this done. Oh, by the way, first video, just so you know. I've never done YouTube before, so we're going to see how this works out. So let's see how much freaking trouble I can get into. I'm going to set you guys up right here, give you a little perch, and see how much trouble I can get into. Let's see here. I know you're not going to be able to see everything, but I'll bring you in later and let you see exactly what I'm doing. So, stand up. So I'm trying out a different camera too. This is just an inexpensive Kodak. So we'll see how it works with sound and everything else. So if anybody needs to know, these are 5/16. So, but there's going to be a lot on here that is metric. But this is just easy to take off this way. And, oh, ran it out too far. I don't want to lose it. Well, I'll walk up here. There we go. So, and while we're in here, I'm probably going to change the air filter. And all that happy crap. Alright, set him out of the way for right now. So now, gotta figure out this bolt right down here. Gotta figure out what size it is. I think it's a 9/16. And watch, it's gonna be a millimeter. So, because of course everything on is not standard, but it is a 93, so there's a lot more. Look at that. It's actually a 1/2 inch. That'll work. That will work. So, if you haven't seen these online, these are pretty cool. You can order these, and they're like $8 online, but they're color coded, tells you what drive they are, and these things actually hold up really well. This is only my second set in like 5 years, but they do an amazing job. And it doesn't say they're impact rated, but it works. But I'm not going to use the impact, I'm just going to use a ratchet. Actually, I changed that. I'm not even going to use that. I'm just going to use my ratchet here, and we are going to change this up. I'm just going to loosen it. Ah, I knew that was going to happen. I'm going to have to break it. So, I'm just using an inexpensive Craftsman set, nothing big. So we'll see if this thing. Oh, look at that. Alright. I'll be damned. Imagine that. Dropped it right on the ground. So let's see here. And of course it lands on the axle and not where I can get to it. Come on. Oh. Alright. So it didn't even go there. I see it. Alright. We'll take care of this. Let me show you something. Come over here. Let's kick on a light. That damn thing decided it wanted to jump ship. Didn't want to help me anymore. So, what am I looking for? So I got a little extended reach grabber that I'm trying to find. Well, who stole it? Son of a monkey. I know it's here. I don't have it in any other thing. Well, you know what? Magnet. Haha. Toys. Yeah. Got my own little garage setup. I like it. Can't complain. Alright. Let's see if you can see it. It is literally right down here. So, and of course, this is not going to be, there it is. Alright, cool. We have retreated. What kind of monkey show is this? Sorry, guys. Like I said, it's my first time. I'm doing this. So let me set you back up. We are going to get this done. Alright, guys. Let's put you back on what I'm doing. So, I'm hoping it just unscrews from the nut, or the nut comes off and it's not spinning on the back. Okay, good. It's not spinning on the back. So, we got a ground on it. Let's see. I'm gonna have to get up on top now. I'm gonna have to disconnect the rail. What do we got here? Bolt. Should be 4 bolts across there, and then I have to get down inside on the back. Alright, that'll work. Let's grab. I'm hoping. Let me bring the back over here. Let me show you what's going on. So, I've got to take off that bolt right there, that one, and back there. Then there's one down in there. So I'm hoping I can get to them. Let's see here. And also, let's see, alright. Oh, that's a vacuum, that's a vacuum. So yeah, these vacuum lines gotta come out. That bolt's gotta come off. And it looks like I'm gonna have to take the throttle body off. But, let's see if I can get you in here. That hole is right back there. So yeah, fuel rod comes around, it dips under right here, goes back down on that side, and comes across the back. So yeah, alright, I'm gonna stop right here. So here we are. And I'll show you once I have the intake off. Got the throttle taken off with the throttle cables. Moved them out of the way, which you can see that's a little dirty in there. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah. So top one's a little bit dirty than the other one, so I gotta clean that up when I take it off. Alright, gotta remove vacuum lines. Got this line taken off with the blowback for the antifreeze. Had to take this line out of there. It was wrapped around the throttle, so I just plugged it with a piece of chamois, and it expanded, and now it's not leaking. But I did spill some down there. Alright, so now back here I gotta get to these bolts along the rail right here. The fuel rail is there, and the fuel rail is in there. There it is, right there. The silver. The little silver right here. That's part of the fuel rail. So, in order for me to get to it, the intake manifold's got to come off. So I still got some work to do. I'll be back with you guys in a little bit. Alright, intake manifold's off. So, right back there is where the issue is. Right, see the gray line down there with the hose clamp on it? And see that blue line? Right behind that blue line is another one of these rails. The fuel rail right here. And the fuel rail that runs down on the side here. That's what hooks up to the injectors. That's where the damn squirrel ate. So what you're looking at right here would actually be this view. If you're looking at it, flip this around, we are looking at it that way. So here's the front of the engine. See the little petcock here? That's a bleeder. Pressure relief. Fuel regulator. And here's the connection, one connection here. Braided line here. And so he ate right there. So this is a part that I got out of salvage yard. Just yanked it off of another 5.0. Oh yeah, that's right. This is a 5.0. But most 92 to 96 F-150 and Broncos 92 to 96. Pretty much the fuel rail was the same. This may have been in a different spot, and this may have been a little bit different. But for the most part, they kept them the same. So here's all your injector ports here. So 8. There's 4 more. Here's a mounting here. So now let's get up here. You'll see. So injectors on both sides. So now I got to take off that bolt and another one right back there. Over here, same thing. Excuse me. So there's going to be a little bit of an issue getting to the bolt that's right back here. But it'll get done. So you talk about a pain in the butt doing. So if I was to do this over again, I wouldn't do it. I'd have somebody else do it. But I thought, why not? Video, put it out here for everybody else to see, because there's not many videos for Broncos out there. And like I said, it pretty much is the same as an F-150, and like I said, 92 to 96. So alright, now I got to get the fuel roll off. I'll show you what that looks like when I'm done. Alright, day 537. Still working on this fuel rail here. So it's all disconnected. The board is across here, so I can lay my big ass across here and be able to get right back there to the disconnect. So this is turning into a 537 hour 220 day project, and now I've lost, here they are. So in order to do this, you need these fuel line removal tools. Well, you can get the plastic ones, but I figured why not get the metal ones. I got them from Harbor Freight, 20 bucks. So now I'm going to get back there, and let's go underneath this board here. We're going to go back there, remove that one and the one in the back underneath the fuel regulator. So let's do this. It's going to be easy. No, it's not. This is going to be great. Let me tell you what. All right, let me set you guys up, and we'll go from there. Hopefully, I can get you a decent view of what I'm doing. Don't know, but I'm going to try. So I'll put you right here. And I know I'm probably going to be in the way a little bit, but we will get you in here and get you adjusted. Sorry, this is my first time doing a video, so I'm doing what I can. Alright, I need to get my step stool, get my big ass up there. Oh, I already got it set up. Here we go. Alright, so I'm using this board to lay across here and be able to get this without killing myself. Alright, so back here we are going to use the, says this, the 5/8 fuel line tool. So let's see. I left the rubbers on it. You don't have to. Just makes it easier to cook it on. But I need to get in here and be able to push this in. Let's see if this works. Well, this doesn't want to come loose, does it? Well, damn. I know you want to come off with him. But you don't, do you? Well, ain't that some shit? Alright. This is not fun anymore. I'm supposed to be able to just... And it's not working. Well, what about the other one? Get the other one on there. Well, in hell. Alright. So, I don't know what I just knocked off. I knocked off something. So, I think I know what it was. I think it was my plug. Yeah, back to your plug. Alright. So, that's not working. So I'm going to have to try something else. Alright, we're going to take a pause for a minute and see what I can do. Alright, we are now on day 1,212. Finally got the damn fuel rail out. So, word of advice. Some of the fittings will work fine with the metal removal tool, but that diameter right here is the problem. I had to go buy another set and cut the plastic. Doesn't look like there's much difference in diameter on this ring, but there is. Got this, fuel rail popped right off. So that's where we are right now. I got it disconnected back here at the back. So now here is the salvage yard fuel rail. So I'm gonna rebuild it. By rebuild it, I mean gonna just spray a little bit of car clean on it. Make sure it's all cleaned out and good to go. And then the intake manifold, it's laying around here somewhere. Yeah, it's right there. I'm gonna take some brake clean to that, clean that up, possibly do a little on it. So we'll see how that works. All right, now the fun part begins. I'm going to start putting this back together. My camera skills are horrible, but let's see if I can't get this back together, and I'll bring you back in whenever I start making some progress. So yeah, let's see how much damage I can do. It's gonna be easy. I think so. No, it's not. All right, let's get to this mess, and I will touch base with you here in a minute. All right, we'll talk to you in a second. All right, guys, here we go. I'm on the good side of it now. So, I did the Vice Grip garage restoration. You know, it's all right, but we'll see. It's a lot different than what it was. It was pretty rusted. That aluminum rust pretty bad. Get that white calcification. So I just did, like I said, the VGG Restoral. So fuel rail is back on. I covered it up because I'm about ready to end it for the day because it's getting late, sun's going down, and I got like a lot to do. So let me show you what we got here. I'm going to step up on my handy dandy stool and we're going to look here and see what we got. Alright, so the rail is done. I covered up the intake here. So new rail's in. Right back there. I got the hoses connected here. But yeah, fuel rail is in. Hopefully no leaks. We'll check that later. And let's cross our fingers and hope that we are good to go. So let me tell you what. If you ever have the option to do this, don't. Please don't. This has been the biggest pain in the butt. But hopefully it makes decent content. My awesome camera skills are in play right now. So we'll see how my editing skills go. But I'll bring you back whenever we're done. I'm going to clean up now and start putting stuff away. Sun's going down. How many of you guys like these short days of sunlight? We need longer days back. Longer days. Oh my God. Yes, I'm 6'2", and yes, I have to have a stool. But it helped out. The board here, that works out good for laying across, just so you know. A little life hack for you. Just pad it up, lay it across there, and you can literally lay across here. I'm 290 pounds, and it worked for me accessing everything. So, yeah, use wood. It works. So it kept me from going insane and possibly killing somebody. No, I wouldn't do that. But I may almost have lit this thing on fire a few times. There were many of those bad words thrown out. So, alright, I'm going to end it here for today on, what did I say, day 3012? I don't know. I don't know how many hours are into this, but I need to get the Bronco up and going. So, got a couple more videos and planned out in my head, some stuff at work, show you guys how to do. A couple things here at the house. But yeah, I'll show you everything with this debacle when I'm done and back together. Alright guys, we'll see you tomorrow. And we'll see, so you see what it looks like now. Next time you see it, it'll be back together. Alright guys, later. Alright guys, so day 500, let me show you where we're at. Alright, so got the fuel rail back in and went and turned on the key, kicked on the pump, prime it up. 5 out of the 8 freaking injectors leaking. So back to the drawing board. Got to pull the rail out, and we are going to replace the rings and stuff on the injectors and go from there. So back to where we were at. The new fuel rail's in, so going to hit the injectors, get them cleaned up. I got to pull the rail back off, but first I'm going to take my vacuum, and it's pretty cool. Milwaukee's got these things now where you can get into tight places with them. Got a smaller size here. So yeah, what is that? There you go, 3/8, but 3/8 hose. It'll allow me to get back down and suck all this stuff out, so don't get anything down the intake, and that way when I pull the injectors, like here's one right here and one right here. So when I pull the injectors out, we are not getting stuff down in the motor, because we all know That's going to be horrible. So, just to refresh you on why I'm doing this, here is what the freaking squirrel did. Can we focus in? There we go. So they ate through the damn line right here, chewed through it, and of course caused a leak. And that would have been, so this is the orientation of the fuel rail. This is how it sets on the engine. So he literally sat right back here and ate through it. But alright, let's see what we can do here. Let me get up here and start cleaning everything off, and I'll bring you back in and show you what we got. Alright, update 10,022. So got the rail back on, and injectors cleaned up, put in, no leaks. So now I'm back to where I started. Got to get the intake back on, but I figured while I was in here, change the thermostat, gasket housing. I got to replace a hose. It's a little too, the upper radiator hose, a little too floppy and too soft. So I'm going to get that done. And then I had to buy a new hose for the little guy, the little nub sticking out right here. So this one, that doesn't get you in. So that one had to get a new one. I had hose for it. Focus. Come on, focus. I had just some stock hose, and didn't work. It was kinking off. So I just went, it's 5/8 hose, just went and bought a random 90 degree. So that'll work. I got to cut it to fit. So I figured I'd give you an update. And of course, we did have a little bit of spillage, but nothing cat litter couldn't handle. So I got that straight. So let's get this upper radiator hose off, and we'll start putting everything back together. And that should be it. Put throttle body back on, air intake hose, and then all the little doodads, the connections here and there. I got a couple other hoses to replace, but I've got lengths of hose that I'll just do that with. So yeah, one thing after another. But I know I said this was a pain in the butt, and it was. But it's gonna save money by, instead of having somebody else do it, me doing it. So we'll figure out from there. Yeah, so enough talking. Let me set you up, and you can watch the progress. Alright, cool. So set you guys up right here. Sorry for the shakiness. I'm using kind of an inexpensive camera here, just a little Kodak Pix Plus here. Said first video, but should work. So let's get to town, Julie Brown. I already got the other end disconnected. New hose right here. So let's get this one off. Come on. Well, get off there already, you son of a bitch. Alright, cool. I don't know why I stuck it on the other end. Didn't need to. So, if you can reuse your hose clamps, reuse them. If you need new ones, get new ones. No big deal. So, they're not expensive. So let me grab this 90 degree and get up here, and we are going to have to cut it back. So this, look how wallered out that thing is. It's a 5/8 hose. That's what it should look like. That's what it was. So since I was in here, I was going to cut it, and then also that bad boy was rusted on. This goes into the water pump, but look how bad that was. So, needed to replace it. In order to get it off, though, I had to split it. So, and I did try, like I said, to make one, but it kinked. So, not gonna use that one now. And of course, got it on here, and can't get it off. So, already got hose clamps on it. Thought I could just make my own, but definitely needed a 90. And get this hose clamp off here. Of course now, brand new hose. There it goes. Here we go. Alright. So, I'm going to take this 90. So here's the 90 I bought. And I'm just going to cut it to fit. Doesn't have to be the exact same size because this other one was pretty long. So I'll just mark it. Puncture it right here. It's good. Put it back on. And we're going to go right here in this paper. So let's take the stupid sticker off. And of course they never come off. And yep, here are the odds. It'll eventually come off. I just don't want flopping around in there. Alright, so we're going to just make sure get it in the right area. Like I said, I'm going to make it a little bit shorter. Don't mind me hitting the camera. Come on. Alright, I gotta do this behind the scenes. Ha! Can't do it with the camera in front of me. Well, come on. So, alright, gotta change the damn blade. This thing doesn't want to seem to cut out. Flip the blade here. There we go, that's better. Still back here cutting it. Should have just got my damn hose cutter out. So instead, I am alright, so this has become a pain in the butt. So let's try this. Alright, if anybody doesn't know about these, let's see how well. I know you can cut a penny in half with these things. So let's see. They're surgical scissors. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice straight cut too. There we go. Sweet. Alright, if you guys haven't seen them, you can get these like at O'Reilly's. These little turn clips, they pop right off after you put them on, or you can leave them on. Tighten them down, whatever. So I'm going to use some of the WDs here. Put a little bit on each end of the hose. So, yeah. So don't be a dummy like I was the first time I put this on and forget to put your hose clamp on. I did that before. I'm going to take it right back off again. We'll slide this end on first. Well, go on. There we go. So, and I know some people are going to get on me about using WD, but you know what? It's just going in. Just going to be a little bit. It's not like it's a whole lot. Just enough to lube it. Get it on there a little bit. Helps me out. So I don't have to struggle. But I'll get turned around here, goddammit. Hose clamp doesn't want to spin. My big ass fingers in here. I'm just getting it. Alright, here we go. So, like I said, these hose clamps, see it's on there, you can just hand twist them and you can put them out of your way, and the little tab will come off. But with this tucked in back here, it's going to be out of the way. Just need to turn a little bit more. Push this tab down here. Doesn't want to. Oh, cut on the lip. Well, let's see. Let's get over here. There we go. Just getting it away from where the other hose is going to go on. Oh, and look at that. I'm stupid. I didn't back it down enough. Smashing the hose. I need to go further down the line here. Come on, loosen up, loosen up, loosen up. So like I said, if these things get in your way, you can take the little handles off. But, yeah. Alright. So let me loosen this one up. So I'll show you the old thermostat here in a minute. But there is a tight little spot right here. You got to get it past. There we go. So in the neck's long enough on this one that you don't have to slide it all the way down. But these tabs are nice to be able to torque your size on them. Come on. Go to your home. Alright. That's nice. I like these guys here. Alright. So this is just hose wrap. I gotta put that back on. The vacuum line's back there. You wouldn't know it, but these old vehicles, they old, it's only 93, what am I talking about? They have a tendency to have a lot of vacuum lines. I'm also gonna have to get in here. See, I got antifreeze on the block right there. I'm gonna suck that out back in here. I'll do that in a minute. But yeah, so let's put on this other hose. So, put my clamps on now. Clampalizer here. Clampalizer here. And I may need to check to make sure if I've got these in the right position. Alright. So I'm going to go underneath this vacuum line. Alright. This one should slide right on. Bam. So I'm gonna have to loosen this one up, and yeah, I know I can use the socket, blah 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 blah, which I may get one. So put that down there. All right, this one right here. Oh, let's go already. And of course, gotta loosen this one up. It's a little hard one hand. Oh, other way, goober. Well, don't that just suck? Of course, I would drop it behind the battery box. Come on, get on up here. Got my damn hand in the way, but there you go. That's it, just stab the hose. Shouldn't have to go too tight. You want to bring this back some so it stays on the neck, but you can't do this with one hand. Put you right there. Go on up here. Cooperation is needed. And I see what I just did wrong. Make sure your hose clamp's going straight. I just realized mine was going on crooked. There we go. And this one's going to get, of course, wrong size. So, let's get the right size for the hose clamp. Here we go. Get on there. You know what? I'm going to move this so it's at a better angle here. What's nice about these things is, there you go. Should be good. Let's just see if we can get any more torquinization out of this. Alright, cool. It's in there, that's in there. I'm gonna have to make a new hose for right here on this one. But while we're here, where's my little plug at? Right there it is. Plug this back in before I forget. Alright, that's good, that's good. So let me get the vacuum out. I gotta suck up all this antifreeze water situation here. And then we're gonna start putting the intake manifold back on, which I have right here. I have, excuse the mess, I'm selling down a bunch of stuff. So here's the intake, got it all cleaned up, did a little bit of restoration on it. So yeah, so let me get this stuff cleaned up and I'll bring you back in after I've got the manifold setting back on right there. and then we'll start plugging in all this stuff. Got vacuum lines, the electrolysis, all of this hoot and nanny crap, and then hopefully we'll get this bad boy up and running. So alright, I'll bring you back in here after I got everything back on and we start hooking up vacuum lines. Alright, it got dark on me, so got everything back together. I'm sorry the light's horrible, but it got dark. Everything is back. There's our main culprit right back there that I got the light on. You can see the fuel regulator, and that fuel line was our problem. So it's time for fire up. So hopefully no leaks. I already had to do the thermostat gasket because filling it up started leaking down the end right there. And yeah, so I'm gonna set you guys here, tell me if anything blows up. But let's see if we get started. Set you right here. Alright, tell me if anything blows up. Here we go. Well, that's a good sign. It's running. Thank God. So now, let it come up to temp. Sorry, I'm all up in your face. We got a little smokage back there. But that's a given with what I had in the intake manifold. So I'm gonna have to burn off some stuff, run it, make sure you got no fuel leak, no water leak, get the temp up. Alright, she leveled off. Alright guys, I'm going to let you go here. If I don't have any other, if something else comes up, I will let you know. But yeah, so remember, you can always do it yourself. It may take a little bad words and a bunch of other issues, but it works. So until next time, we'll talk to you later. Love one another, love your family. Love you guys. Bye.